from the becoming PYP mentors, actually, like I learned a lot. So not actually, maybe I learned more than the student itself, because like when I go through again, when I saw like how they develop their lines of inquiry, when I plan into the collaborative meeting at the level, I gain more like clearer understanding. Oh, so this is like how we develop lines of inquiry, and then like through the learning engagement and then assessment tasks. I mean, like we already did that for the whole, I mean, like throughout this year or like a few years before, but like becoming the mentor, it's getting like clearer. And I also learned from the students like, wow, I mean, like in their age, maybe I haven't done something as great as them. So it's very, like eye-opening that like through having this exhibition, actually they can do something big, even they can achieve great things.
For me, it's interesting but challenging. Ya Bu, so it's almost same like our students' reflection. Jadi interesting but challenging. So interesting because it's also first time for me, and also I have another mentors too. I mean, the classroom teachers also become my mentors because I also learned a lot from them, and I also learned from the students too. And thank God, they can come up with the solution from their problems, and also sometimes. Not only me give the suggestion, but also the students too. They really enjoy to share their idea and opinion. Oh, what about this one? I have idea about this, like that. And I hope that it can also help their communication skills to talk with an adult, especially. And challenging, of course, because the time management also Ibu, and we have it using Zoom. So. We as a classroom teachers too, like we have to jadi harus menyamakan sama jadwal kita sehari-hari gitu. Kita harus bisa cari-cari waktu kapan kita bisa meet up sama studentsnya, kapan kita harus responsible with our own responsibility sebagai classroom teachers. Gitu sih. Yeah, interesting but challenging. But so far, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, from me, I think my experience as the newbie mentor, apa ya Bu, itu Bu, ngikutin katanya Bu Adriani, learning together, inspiring success. Ya, cakep kan?
Kata SBN.
Itu Bu, I learned a lot from the previous mentor, Ibu Indah, thank you ya for the insight. Ibu siapa lagi ya? We learn together Ibu, the newbie mentor. Ibu Lucia Ani, Ibu siapa lagi? Ibu Stefani, Ibu siapa lagi? Ya pokoknya yang baru-baru kita belajar bareng-bareng. Ibu Liana, Ibu Tirza. Jadi aku juga bingung kan awal-awal, I don't know what to do. But then the homeroom teacher really help us. We do a lot of discussion. At the end, ya itu Bu, learning together, inspiring success Bu.
One word Ibu, learning Ibu, because not only the student who have learned something gitu ya, me also as a teacher, I learned something, which is I learned how the student, the process, how the student to working the project, works of the project gitu ya. Because in religion, I only give them the assignment and I check the result gitu. I don't know the process. But in this mentoring gitu, I learn how I saw how they learn the process Ibu to achieve their goals and so on Ibu. Seperti itu Ibu.
Untuk anak-anak saya belajar mereka ternyata untuk mencari data itu perlu persamaan, menyamakan persepsi ya. Ternyata tidak semudah yang ada di pikiranku. Itu bisa untuk dipaksakan ke anak-anak, bahwa ternyata mengikuti tahap demi tahap, step by step itu perlu untuk anak-anak. Lalu untuk homeroom, saya belajar bahwa ternyata mereka punya effort yang luar biasa gitu untuk mendampingi anak-anak ini dalam proses.
but this is such an interesting and unique team, ya Bu ya. And it seems that they are the student are the one who knows actually about their own uniqueness. But somehow at the verge of LOIT, they kind of like, mundur maju gitu. And then I try not to push towards them and just let it go. The student realized that, I need to finish this, which they did a great job in LOI 1 2. And I took a step back at LOI 3 to let them, okay, you know what's your uniqueness, okay, move forward.
For me, as a grade 1 teacher, I am getting used to of telling the students to do this and that, showing them to do this and that, and I cannot do the same here. Tapi ya jadinya gitu sih Bu, apalagi kemarin aku sakit ya, jadinya bener-bener aku nggak I cannot push what I want them to do gitu, jadi ya udah. Tapi luar biasa sih memang anak-anak ini, jadi mereka bisa nemuin kayak ada jalurnya sendiri gitu, itu yang bikin aku amazed sih.
So my takeaways is actually dominated by the students itself. The first meeting with them, they said that they didn't know anything about this. They were confused, Bu Felicia, Bu Adri. Yes. They have no idea about the action, and they said like, oh my God, this makes me stressed, whatever. But then again, when we check their work, Ibu Diana, they did great. So I was confused. Why did you say you didn't understand? But take a look at your work. Yeah, so. I think that the students actually a bit underestimated themselves. They have. I hope that by the end of the exhibition, they finally can value themselves.
So I think this PYP exhibition is a very holistic project. It's like, and when you see the report also, it's super holistic. It's not only that they know what lines of inquiry is, how they research it, how they quote it, how they self-manage themselves. It's like everything is there in such a very short time, but it shows a lot on what we've been doing so far is in a good directions. You know what I mean? Like, so what PYP has been trying to tell them, to ask questions, to make research on how to deliver that to people, to communicate. I guess it's at this point we can see all that all together. Right. That's, I think, it's a super holistic work. Thank you, grade 6.
Since I perceive PYP exhibition, it's like a life journey where like every day is so the end of the PYP exhibition is not a destination. Yeah, so it's like a journey where we learn every day. So I think if we can further their action into something real that we can apply into our daily life at school, that will be great. Like if I may share previous experience, like we have the no single-use plastic policy. I believe that comes from PYP exhibition actions that we further to school policy. So if we can have that kind of thing, it will be great.
Such a pleasure and to be part of this PYP exhibition. This is new for me because after the pandemic, this one is the first time for me and for the others too to do it online. So I can myself compare with the previous 2 exhibition that I took part in. For me, this one is more challenging, so much challenging than the other one, the online one. So I am, if I can tell that I'm proud to be part of you guys here, because it's hard to maintain, to talk to the student, to raise their motivation, to get to know them in person, because for me myself, it's not only the way that we can guide them with their work or their what do you call their topic, but also to get to know them themselves. You know what I mean? It's like that. So yes, it's a magical experience doing the exhibition and online. So I'm so sorry. I know that I missed quite a lot because of the sickness. So yeah, I have to say that I lost in 1 or 2 weeks what they are doing. But shout to all of the teachers, especially grade 6 teacher. Wow, I don't know, guys. I learned a lot from you too. Thank you very much, teachers.
This is the first time I chosen to be a mentor, and it was different, totally different with previous years, and I think it more challenging because I have to let the student choose their decision for the exhibitions, and sometimes in the same way we have to guide them, and so this is the most challenging part for me. So sometimes the student get motivation, lost his motivations, but in the same time I have to boost his motivation. So it was very challenging, and I can do that alone with the help from the other, especially for the class teachers and from Pak Bayu, from Ibu Ria, and from Ibu Diana. So without good collaborations, I think it can work at all. And I was so amazed because when the process is so difficult, yeah, Bu. But when the exhibition presentation, it's just like flow smoothly. So yeah, I was so relieved at that time.
Wow, I cannot expect much from years to years to come, because last year was most of them are being aware of mental issues about the condition that happens lately during the pandemic. They're being aware of themselves, their surroundings, their families most of the time. But this year, they have to focus and put that concern on themselves. And on this year's PYP exhibition, they show so many progress. They're being aware, they're being sensitive, they realize what happened in them, and how to change this kind of condition, and how to be more productive, motivated, and then also somehow make people realize what the issues that they're actually dealing so far. And somehow it opens my eyes that they're actually growing mature and more mature each year after. And so I cannot expect more. What could we help for next year's grade 6 students? So the challenge should be what they can feel, what they can experience. And it goes further and further. It depends on what they experience so far.